Hey guys, I just took a nap and had a terrible dream. And whenever I have a terrible dream, I truly believe that it is God giving me a warning so that I won't have to feel that way again in real life. So sometimes it's the enemy attacking too, but God uses it for good. In this dream, it was very strange and distorted. Everything was very strange and distorted. I was living in an apartment, and the first scene, I was like with my mom in my apartment, and there were these like dead bug carcasses, like this big. And I was like, oh yeah, I keep killing them and not vacuuming them up. It's like, I really need to vacuum them up. And then I was like, see, look, this is a rotted one from 2 weeks ago. Or, like, it wasn't rotted, but it was, like, disintegrating. Like, it was like if you picked it up, it would break apart. And they were, like, on the floor. There wasn't, like, a lot of them. Like, it wasn't, like, the whole apartment was disgusting. But it was just, like, as if I'd killed, like, a spider or something. And I was just like, oh, yeah, these dead carcasses, I really need to clean them up. And, okay, so this is right after I was watching something about saying how Christians in the United States need to get it together and realize people in other countries. Christians in other countries are being persecuted and suffering, and we're just sitting here in our materialism, and God's going to judge that. And I was in my apartment again. Oh, it wasn't my real apartment. I walked up to the front door trying to lock it, and I locked the deadbolt. And then in front of the deadbolt, there was supposed to be a wooden piece, like a wooden bar, to make the door more firm if somebody tried to break in. And the wooden piece was snapped in two. It was broken. And I was like trying to piece it together so that it looked like it wasn't broken. And I was like thinking like, well, hopefully no one will see it tonight. Like, I'll have to ask maintenance about it tomorrow. And it looked like, and I was like thinking, it looked like someone broke it from the inside. Like, it looked like I broke it from the inside, the way that it was in half. And then I start feeling my door. And all of a sudden, I realized that the window is like clear plastic. And that there's a rip in between the window and the frame of the door. And the whole door is in like plastic. There's clear plastic, and there's like a tent opening. And there's a rip, a giant tear, and the flap of the door is being held on by duct tape. And then I realized that it wasn't really a safe place, and that if anyone saw the duct tape, they would want to break in. Okay. And then it would like, oh, the TV was playing the whole time in my dream, and it was like mind controlling me with materialism. And I thought, this is why people like the TV, watching the TV if they can't sleep, because it goes into their dreams. And then I tried, my whole room was dark, and it was like nightfall, and I tried to get up out of my bed to go and fix the door more, and like all my limbs like cracked, like when you're cracking your knuckles or something, but it was like really loud and like painful, and I fell over. And then I was looking, and on the floor was all of these things, these hairbrushes and these toys I had as a child, and all of this stuff, and it was so valuable, but now it put me at a risk because I had no security. So the more valuable stuff I had, and the more I was impaired by everything that was going on, the more I was actually a target for more violence and more bad things to happen. So I was looking around, scanning the room, and it was like, all of this was like terrible emotion. I was saying, oh, my things, my horrible things, my horrible things. And all of them I looked at, I would feel sick, and I was like crawling around the room. And then I lifted my hands. I just saw my arms flailed up in the darkness. And I said, Lord, help me. And then I woke up. And I think this dream is a message to everybody listening. That our things are going to get in the way of our salvation and our safety. And our spiritual safety.